Ed Masterson started Audible Images with one goal in mind: to spend more time doing what he loves. What is that? Designing and building high-performance audio and video entertainment systems. He's worked with audiophile Scott Hurley for several years on his system, and you're about to hear Scott explain why he no longer considers other dealers for any of his audio and video needs.
When he tells me that he's brought a particular, we'll just say for instance, DCS, their DACs and things, when he brought that in and he called me up after evaluating it for a few days, he said, Scott, he says, you're probably going to want to evaluate this on your own. He says, it's really, really good. He won't give you a whole bunch of superlatives and how wonderful it is. If he says to me, it's really, really good, then it's fantastic. He doesn't embellish it. And then that's when I take the leap of faith and I say, I think I'll give it a try, and I bring it in. I live with it for a day or two, and I call him back or I shoot him a text and I say, Ed, it's really, really good.
The relationship began slowly, but Scott is amazed how small incremental tweaks have yielded amazing results.
Well, we've worked together for a few years now here in Florida, and he's totally redesigned and has brought my system, helped me bring my system to levels I didn't think it could achieve. Slowly over the period of time. And obviously you build rapport and trust and understand or believe in his opinions and his feedback on particular gear and design.
Once you get to know Ed, you realize that his passion as an audiophile is infectious. Your enjoyment of the hobby grows as a result of his enthusiasm.
There's a lot of guys out there that just want to sell you the gear and then the sale's done and you don't really get the support. You never hear from them again. I can remember years ago I'd be shopping different dealers trying to get the best price, and came to the realization or the conclusion that the best price isn't always necessarily the best thing.
Scott's new home in upstate New York presented new challenges for the two-channel room he's building. It was a no-brainer for Scott to ask Ed to design the room and to consult on gear selection.
The space is completely different. It's probably not an ideal space. It's above a two-car garage, so we've got some angles to work with. It's not a square room. It's got the peak, and so there's going to be some acoustical challenges in this room that we have yet to experience.
For a complete room design, Ed analyzes the space, selects components with client input, installs all gear, listens for the best speaker placement, and finalizes the project by addressing sound issues with acoustic treatments.
What we'll do is probably in July, bring all this gear in, get it set up, and listen, for a few days. And Ed will then kind of design an acoustic package that's would be suitable for the room and handle reflections or absorptions or diffusion, whatever's needed. And then he'll come back probably a second time to install that. Hopefully we won't need a lot of it, but it remains to be seen. So.
One interesting twist is that Scott has Sonus Faber Il Cremonese in Florida and is going with Wilson Alexia 2s in brilliant orange in New York. An interesting change, again, brought about by careful consultation with Ed while listening in the Audible Images showroom.
But I've had the opportunity to listen to 3 different sets of Wilson speakers up at Audible Images, the Alex and the Yvette and the Sabrinas, and I like them. I like them a lot. It's just difficult for me to know how they're going to perform.
Ed's passion is to not only select the right gear, it is to make that gear shine in the home. Numerous clients can attest to his skills at tweaking a system once installed. He is the unusual showroom owner who truly cares about the client, even after the sale.
With Ed, I've bought lots of gear from him, and I get a slight discount, but the real value to me is in the after the sale. I can't tell you how many times he's come down here to help me with a situation, free of charge. simple things that he'll just come down and do that. So it's kind of the support with the gear after the sale, and that's really invaluable. A lot of audio dealers that I've had experience with over the years, they're gonna nickel and dime you and charge you for every time they pick up the phone and talk to you, almost like an attorney. But with Audible Images, the support is just phenomenal.
Scott's enthusiasm for this hobby is off the charts and totally shared by Ed. They enjoy the chase for incremental improvement.
When you get to this level, the cost of diminishing returns is something that you have to be aware of all the time, and that's what's fun about this hobby, is you're kind of chasing that last little percentages to try to eke that much more out of it, and it's the proverbial chasing the rabbit down the hole, so to speak. But that's what makes it fun. You're never going to catch the rabbit, but you can keep chasing them.
Ed Masterson loves what he does, and he built his showroom to share with others how amazing good audio can be. A visit to his showroom is an experience you won't soon forget. Thanks for watching.